Hey, good morning. Well, if you're in New York, it's afternoon. In Honolulu, it is now 6:45 in the morning. Um, Look, we're coming out of lunch today. It was an interesting morning this morning, right? The Dow got off like a banshee. The S&P was down a little bit, and the Nasdaq was just getting its you know what kicked. Um, Interesting morning though, right? We started to get a little push up from the Nasdaq about an hour ago. It's kind of softening now. We're kind of rolling out of lunch. We'll see how it goes the rest of the day. Um, the spider play that we cashed out half on Monday, we cashed that out this morning in the open when the before the spider started, that little selling took place. So that was an easy double over a couple of days. We went ahead and we rolled into an QQQ call trade. So for you guys that are kind of following along, we just gave ourselves about a week or so on that one, and we stayed close to the money. We're expecting the Nasdaq to bounce a little bit. Look, people forget one of the things that people forget, because somebody was telling me this morning, oh, how come the Dow's up so green, the S&P 500's down, right? You got to remember the S&P 500 of the companies in America that most represent a rounded view of business, right? Something that was added to the S&P 500 recently was Tesla, right? And Tesla's just getting rocked again today, and it's been getting rocked, right, for a few days. That hurts the S&P 500. Everybody in your mind, right? When you think Nasdaq, you think Teslas and things like that, right? Coin, Tesla, your real tech stocks. But they forget that Tesla is part of the S&P 500 right now. So there are stocks on the S&P 500 that are benefiting with the Dow, but there's also some very, very weak-legged, weak-kneed stocks that are on it, and Tesla's one of them, right? Is the S&P 500 having buyer's remorse as Tesla tricks farther and farther from that 700 level? Who knows? Look, and the problem too is you're not getting much participation from your big tech, your FANGs, right? Your Apples, your Microsofts. They're just not giving you that go. Microsoft struggling this morning. Apple's kind of stuck around that 128, 129 level. You know us, we own Apple, and we'll continue to own Apple. We're not giving up a share. We love the dividend we just got, right? An ex-dividend. Microsoft just recently made an all-time high, so a little consolidation, we can live with that. But we see this kind of reversing. I'm not sure about Tesla. Tesla's kind of a hard stock to figure out right now. It looks very, very shaky. Other than that, we didn't do much this morning. The cryptos are going real well. That little crypto portfolio we started with $200 is almost it's all up at least 50% already. And that's basically with three coins, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the Stellar coin for you guys that are following along. For you guys that are into the crypto, don't forget, we're starting our inaugural crypto show on Friday. So we'll do a crypto of the week, and we'll do a little crypto update and what we think about the crypto world. But mostly we're going to use it because recently, right, we opened a crypto account. We are stock traders, option traders, wealth builders, but we didn't have any exposure to crypto. We wanted to learn about it first. So we took a month or two, and before we even opened a crypto portfolio, we learned about crypto. And that's the way we recommend to do it. But along this journey, it gives us a unique opportunity, right? When you kind of sign up with somebody who's built a portfolio that's, just huge, you're learning from their memory, right? This one you can kind of walk step by step with us. So if you're looking to get into the crypto world, or if you've had some struggles with it, you just can't get a grip on it, follow along, and we'll see you on Friday for that. The stock of the week, Coinbase, right? We released Coinbase, what was it, Wednesday. It had a couple red days there. This morning it is just rocking and rolling, pushing back up to that 300 level. We might get 300 today. We got 290 already. And you see how that works. This is what I always teach you guys. Be patient when you open a position. Ford's another example, right? Don't be afraid of a little redness. Redness is good for you, right? Everybody sits here and says, I wish I could have got it a little cheaper. Well, the only way you can get it cheaper is if it has a red day or two, right? So don't be afraid, especially when you're starting a position, because just like we did with Coin, we first all entered Coin in our portfolios at about 330 336, 338. Then we took up another position right around that 300. Then we hit a little bit more, a couple more shares at that in the under 290, right? And so now it's kind of averaged out. We're just right below 300. And you see how it's working out. You want the time to build the position, but I was talking about this in our live room this morning. One of the biggest mistakes you see traders make just across the board is really wealth building is a marathon. It's a lifetime thing. You don't have to accomplish everything in one day, but people psychologically through the media, through all the stuff you see on YouTube, make $1 million this week and all that stuff. It changes your psychology, right? And it turns that marathon into a sprint, right? And naturally, right? If you're running 26 miles and you start off like it's a 400 or a mile, guess what? By the time you hit mile 2, you're done, right? And you don't want to do that. Think about that when you're opening positions and building a portfolio and stuff. Take a little time. Don't be afraid. I'm going to put $1,000 into this stock. I'm not going to go just buy $1,000 worth. What I'm going to do is maybe I'm going to break it into 4 trades, 250, 250, 250, 250. And then you might be saying the same. I get this response commonly. Well, what if it runs up? Well, then you just go in and you grab your position. You know what I mean? It's, oh my God, don't be so impatient. And that's what I wanted to talk about this morning, guys, is because, you see how we've been doing it the last week and a half. This will be our 4th win in a row. And every win was less than 3-4 days, and 2 of them were 100% doubles. It was really, really been a good run here. And the way we're treating it is we're very short term in the market, but we're picking our spots. We're being very patient, right? It's just like with the DIA trade. A lot of people might say, well, the Dow kept running, but we rolled it into something else and we protected that profit. We're patient. We're patient. We're building. We're building. We're building. Every journey takes the first step, right? And that's what you got to do. So look, the market this morning, let's pop on over and take a look at the market together here, guys. Let me share screen, push the wrong button there as usual. I'm old. And then there you go. There's our screen. So you can see stocks making the biggest move, Intel, Marriott, blah, blah, blah. But let's refresh here. So we get a nice fresh quote here. And you can see the Dow's up about almost 1%. The S&P pushed a little green about an hour ago, but it's gone a little red. The NASDAQ's been down a lot lower than that. It's chopped a lot of its losses and was pushing up about a half hour ago. Kind of saggy now. We're coming out of lunch. The afternoon will start defining itself. Here's our big thing here too, and this is what we always talk to you guys and we always teach you guys, is on that VIX. As long as you're below that $20 on the VIX, generally your volatility is not intense in the sense that it's not 3, 4, 5 days of selling coming up. That once you get over that 20, generally that's what's indicating you're actually usually about a day or two into the selling, and that's telling you that it's going to continue. Right now, the VIX is just kind of fluxing, right? There's a little bit of fear, but that's because your NASDAQ is red. A lot of that has to do with your big stocks, your Apples, because a lot of them are recovering right now, your coins and things like that. But there's a lot of big stocks, your highlight stocks like your Apple, your Microsoft, Tesla, PayPal, and I believe Square was down big today too. So be a little brave, okay? Be a little brave. If you're bullish on the market and you get a red day, that's your day to get some cheap stuff, okay? Especially if you're trading out there. But for your main portfolio, guys, like I always tell you, make sure you have a nice long marathon mindset on those, okay? Other than that, you can see the news is just kind of back and forth. Poor Cathie Wood. She just bought all that Tesla a few days ago, right? She bought $1.6 million. She's regretting that right now. On the crypto world, guys, speaking of the crypto world, how about Ethereum? We've talked about that before. And that's why tune into the crypto show, because we'll go into detail on this, how we built the portfolio and the system that we're using. We came up with our own little system, but Ethereum's a part of that. It's a position we're trying to build, and everything looks good on Ethereum. It's up about 4,000 I think it's still holding to that 4,000. We can pop on over. We're on the stellar chart because you guys know we bought XLM. We bought it like way back here. And guess what? We're looking good. Let's see a 1 month chart. That's where we bought back here. Actually back here about a month ago. So we're nice and profitable. That money's moving. But let's go take a look at Ethereum real quick together. This is kind of a slow morning. There's not a whole lot of news to talk about. It's holding that 4,000 level. And, you know, one of the things I'll share with you guys before we call it an update is on this whole crypto mania. There's a lot of people this morning, like people were asking me, how do you feel about Ethereum? I said, I'm still buying it. I'll still buy it at this level. And they said, well, it's had the big run up and stuff. You know what I mean? Look at that chart, man. That is a run up, huh? Let's look at a 1 year chart. Wow. But here's the thing, guys. Everybody, you know, they ask me, you know, well, what are you doing with it? Is it still a buy? I say it's still a raging buy. And the reason is their counter argument is, well, look at the big run it's made from here. You know, maybe it's running out of gas. Maybe it's going down. Let me show you another chart. And I'll show you the point of this. Look at that chart. All right. That's Bitcoin. Right? Let's go with 1 year. So you see Bitcoin, if you were here, right? And over here, you said, oh, well, it's run up and blah, 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 blah. You wouldn't be here, right? A good asset is a good asset, and an asset with volume and veracity is an asset. You want to buy it, right? So just remember that, okay? It's the marathon idea. It's not we're not using crypto as a sprint. We're not expecting to be crypto millionaires in the next couple of days. But anyways, let's pop on back. The big news, of course, was the closing of that pipeline due to the malware or the cyber attack. There's just news just came out that it's being brought on. There it is. You see it's being brought online. That kind of got energy kind of discombobulated. You can see oil was down a little bit more, but it's kind of recovering now. What this really affected was gasoline futures. Gasoline futures were just blowing up. And that, again, plays on what, guys? Let's say it all together. Inflation, right? What affects you more as an American or as a citizen of any country? What affects you more? The price of a barrel of oil or the price of a gallon of gas at the pump? Well, those gasoline futures go up. Guess what goes with them immediately? The price of oil going up will gradually push up that price at the pump. But a fast, dramatic move will come from those gas futures, right? And that's it's good that they're getting this online because we got summer. On the subject of energy, you guys know about a month ago we set up an energy play. 2 months ago, we set up an energy play, and these are all the way out. One of them's out till September. The other one's out till July. And I believe we got one in between there, but that's the Suncor, the ET, and the XLE. XLE, we bought that $55 strike. That position was red for a while, right? But we left that money, we parked it, and we did that because we knew this move was coming. We just didn't know how fast or how dramatic it would be. And guess what? That way, you know, a lot of times here you go too with the marathon idea, guys. You see like that XLE position, we could have waited, right? We could have said, well, we'll wait till it starts to break out and stuff. But we were confident about it. So we set the position up. Why? Because we're not sprinting. We are running a marathon. And so what happens is we set up this $55 strike. For a couple months, that position just looked like crap, right? But the position was set and it was ready to go. Now, all of a sudden, XLE is pushing $55. It's in the mid 54s. It tried to touch 55 this morning. Guess what? That position's up 30% and it's still got a month and a half to go. That's how you do it, guys. Patience, patience, patience. Even with your options, you can see the last week and a half, we're 4 trades in a row, right? All less than, I think the longest one was 4 days, and that was only because there was a weekend in between. That's okay, but understand your trades. We're not we'll take advantage of a market that gives us that opportunity, but that's not often. And it's also a dangerous trade too. You think about it. If in between something happens dramatically, if you're in calls and the market goes down dramatically, if you're in puts and the market goes up dramatically and you've only got a week on the contracts, it doesn't give you a lot of time to recover, right? That's pretty much a loss. It's an L. So just keep that mind frame, because like I said, guys, and this is the big thing I want to start the week off with, is it's easy to fall into that trap. And I was on YouTube a lot this week, and I was looking for Bitcoin videos to learn about it stuff. And I noticed that even with Bitcoin, it's all about making money right now. Make it right now. Make it right now. I'll show you how to make 50% a week. Let me tell you something. If somebody's making 50% a week, they should be a bazillionaire. Okay, think about it. Think about it. Right? That means you're doubling your portfolio every 2 weeks, and it's compounding on top of that. You should have $1 million, even if you start with $500. You should be at $1 million within a couple months, right? So don't fall into that. Don't always believe that. The right way to do it is first learn about it, just like the stock market. We teach our members, our new members, the same thing. First thing, come in. Before you even start trading and stuff, let's make sure you got your portfolio set up right. Let's make sure you understand how options work. Let's make sure you understand how the stock market works. And then let's go make some money. But know your craft before you start wielding the tools. Okay. Interesting day. It's only Monday. We'll see how we shake out here. You know what I mean? We could, this thing could go upside down. We could just be sitting on a bunch of crap. And that's the life of the market. But think about it. Think about it. Because we had that marathon vision, like with this energy trade, even if we get a couple of days of softness, even if we get a week of softness, we still got 2-3 months on these contracts, and they're right at the strike already, and they're profitable. So other than that, guys, you guys have a fantastic Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Don't forget, on Friday, we'll start our crypto show. Don't forget, tomorrow we will have our stock of the week. Coin actually ended up being a nice stock of the week at first. When we released it on Wednesday, right, it went down for a couple of days. It kind of got a little firmer on Friday, but now today you can see that gave you 3 days to start building your position, right? All right. So, and that's a good trade. So look, guys, you have a great Monday. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have our normal market update. We'll also have the stock of the week. And on Friday, we'll be doing the crypto inaugural show. All right, guys, have a great Monday.